From the only like struggle to getting rich, at least from my experience so far in softcore trade, is like the effort to get your initial belt. The effort to get to and put on your headhunter or mage blood, whichever belt you prefer. Once you've done that, money just rolls in. Like you'll be able to buy whatever you need and get whatever you want. You can't. Once you're there, it's real hard to lose. It's the getting enough money to get your POG belt to begin with. That's the bit that's hard. And if I'm a good streamer that's doing his job, when anything exciting happens or clip-worthy happens, I'll remember to press the marker button so that there's an indicator that there might be something here worth clipping or turning into a short or being useful for some reason. If I was, you know, good at my job. So no guarantees that happens, but like... Why, hello YouTube. Welcome back. This is Balamage again. And we've been, as per our last video, doing a bit of a group self-found restart, which is very quickly turning into a solo self-found restart because I started with five people total, including me, and there's only one other person playing. So it's very quickly going to become a solo self-found run, but it has been so far very fun. As you can see in the background, we finally got our bow with the Totem Explode node. Now, it's going incredibly well. I do have to say that the bow I have is only 5 linked, and I only have the 400% Totem Explode node, not the 600%, and I have no drop 2 totem node at the same time. So this is very scuffed, very early game. In a trade league, I would have expected to be 6 to 8 times this strong by the end of day 2. And this has been a very big adjustment for me to not have all that power immediately. But honestly, I'm still getting by fine. I'm still getting by absolutely fine. We're still blasting tier 16s. I already have 2 void stones. I'm hunting down my Maven stone next, and as soon as I have access to Maven, even if I have no upgrades, I'll be doing it immediately because this totem node is incredibly strong. Incredibly strong. I have a few things to say about solo self-found / group found that have been pretty cool so far. One, I feel more motivated to play, which is very weird. We're a month in. Normally we're starting to lose a little bit of motivation here. Coming over to this restart has made me significantly more motivated to play. I'm excited when I get up just to continue our little solo self-found-esque journey. There are still upgrades left to do. There are still tons of things I want to collect and do. So that's been a little odd for me. Also, I've been spec'd into Expedition and I've been doing Heist, which are 2 things that I absolutely avoid like the plague in a trade league. I never do either of those things because I'm like, what a waste of time. I have to stop. Don't want to do that. And so I hate them. But coming over here, I've had no problem at all running Heist. I've actually been quite enjoying it, which is weird. That's really weird, but I've been quite enjoying it. And I've been doing a bunch of Expedition stuff and saving up some logbooks. We're going to do like a whole day of running logbooks at some point. I find myself playing significantly more of the game in this mode than I do in trade. So I don't know, maybe solo self-found is where I should be. Who knows? Let's not jump to conclusions. All right, everybody calm down. We'll jump in game. I'll show you what the character looks like. I'll show you the path of building that we've got set up, I think, and where we're at. Here is my in-game character. I've got 5k life, which is more life than any of my characters ever get. The astute among us will notice I'm wearing a King Dendrabate. Listen, real quick. I can't believe I'm using a Dendrobait. I want to be using a lightning coil. But for now, this is what I got. And I do have over 150 in and over 300 dex. So I am getting 95% increased damage with poison and 16% poison duration. That is all I'm getting. The supported by chance to poison doesn't work at all. The only other benefit is that it doesn't have a life roll at all. So I'm able to use the 15% maximum life mastery. So because of that, I'm able to get to my 5k life, and I have 800 energy shield, which is enough for me to use my blessing malevolence and throw traps while I dodge around. I can eventually, if I try real hard, I can run out of mana, but in a real world situation, you don't get to cast for that long without moving. So far it's been fine. I did manage to hit suppress cap very easily. There's actually 5 suppress on my boots, and the rest of it is all from the tree. I've got every bit of suppression in existence, but the rest of my gear, somewhat questionable. This amulet I would have considered vendor trash in trade, and it is on. The implicit on my quiver does nothing. This is just a resistance and life quiver. It's not even the kind of base quiver that I want, but so far, best I've got. You can see I'm way over on lightning res right now. I haven't worried too much about that because I am building a lightning coil. That is the plan. The plan is to get a lightning coil on. 5 out of 8 cards so far. So we're working on that. I want to convert my physical damage taken to elemental because I have actually 0 armor. Like, I think I have, 600 armor total. And with my flasks up, I currently have 31k evasion. So this is a very evasion-based build. I got a full evade and full suppress, but no physical mitigation. So that leads us to the path of building, where, as you can see, I have a pretty small health pool, and most of the problem is this Fizz max hit is only 10k, so I do get slapped around quite often. That will change once I have a lightning coil, and then potentially later on a taste of hate. Those two things that will change me from being a little bit squishy to being very tanky. But what we do have is 1,200 life recovery, which is insane, and that is almost all from my life flask. I mean, there's some recovery, but not much. I've got 130 life regen without the flask on and 1.2k with it. So the important thing, I've never used this node before. I didn't make one in Trade This League, but this life flasks are not removed when unreserved life is filled is just insane. So we've taken life recovery from flasks, life recovery from flasks. Eventually, I'm going to fill out this wheel to get more charge gained for all of my flasks. We have the flask wheel here. Unfortunately, that's it for now. There are plenty of rolls on belts that I could get, increased recovery. When I've sorted out my mana, because it's in a good spot right now, but losing this hurts. But when I've sorted out my mana a little more, I'll lose the suppression up here, and I'll take this suppression wheel instead, because it comes with life recovery rate from flasks, a whole bunch of it. And if we take all that, we gain another 200 regen. So eventually we'll change it to down there. We don't quite have 100% flask uptime yet, which I normally would have by now in trade. But honestly, all of this struggling and having to work for it all instead of just buy everything I want, super on board. It's been really fun so far. So yeah, right now I think I have around 6 million single target, which is pretty respectable considering how my bow looks, which is a 5-link with +1 and chaos damage over time multi. Those are the only things that are on the bow. Everything else there does nothing. And this is 15% increased damage, quality which doesn't matter, and a 400% explode node. And that's it. That's all there is. I should definitely be upgrading my bow to that 4th tier. I just noticed now. We'll all pretend I had all 4 of those nodes, okay? I'm not silly. I had all 4 of them. I haven't been wearing this bow for a whole day without getting 10%. Oh, it's reduced. Oh, never mind. No, it's reduced. That's gross. I made the right choice. I made the right choice. It's fine. So yeah, we've been cooking as many bows as we possibly can, preferably on Marqueth bases. You can see all my tabs are full of bows, and I do have a small collection of bows that are actually somewhat useful, but not for what I want. Mostly they've got this skills would summon totems, have a 70% chance to summon 2. So I've got a bunch of those, but none of the 600% nodes. So tons to still work on. Really enjoying this. Honestly, if you're starting to get bored of trade, I cannot suggest enough restarting in a solo self-found league. This has been amazingly fun. Amazingly fun. I might even league start next league in solo self-found. That's how fun it's been. All right. Path to building will be in the description of my current character. And I am going to get back to it. I will see everybody next time. Goodbye.